All right, this is problem 10, the integral from 0 to pi of 5x sine 2x dx. In doing these problems, I find it's useful to have in front of you the derivative pattern for sine and cosine. So, as you know, the derivative of sine is cosine. The derivative of cosine is negative sine. The derivative of negative sine is negative cosine. And if you take the derivative of that, you're just back at sine. So we're going to be going backwards. We're going to be integrating. So for instance, negative cosine integrates to negative sine. Negative sine integrates to cosine. Cosine integrates to sine. And then sine would integrate to negative cosine. Again, you know all of these things, but in my experience in doing these problems, it's not bad if you have that in front of you while you're doing the problem. All right, so let's do the same thing. Again, I have a derivative column and an integrate column. 5x is my polynomial, so sine of 2x dx will be what I integrate. The derivative of 5x is 5. The derivative of 5 is 0. I got to 0. I can stop. If I integrate sine, I get negative cosine. And again, since I'm integrating, instead of multiplying by 2, I need to divide by 2. So the integral of sine of 2x is negative 1/2 cosine 2x. The integral of negative cosine is negative sine, and again I have to pull out another 2. That is, I have to divide by 2 again. That'll give me negative 1/4 sine 2x plus minus plus. Again, I'm looking on these diagonals for my final answer. So the original integral is these two things multiplied together. That's minus 5x cosine 2x over 2. Minus minus is plus 5 sine 2x over 4. And now I need to worry about plugging in 0 and pi. So, if I plug in pi, I get negative 5 pi. Cosine of 2 pi is 1, because it's the same as cosine of 0, divided by 2, plus 5 times sine of 2 pi. Sine of 2 pi is the same as sine of 0. That's 0, so that term goes away. Minus, plugging in 0 now, negative 5 times 0, well, that's enough to kill that term, so that's 0. And plugging 0 in here, sine of 0 is 0 again. That gets rid of that term. So it looks like the value of this integral is just negative 5 pi over 2.